In life, we often find ourselves grasping, clinging to what we know, what we love, and what we fear losing. Our hearts are heavy with attachments to people, to places, to experiences, and even to ideas. We hold on to them as if they are the very essence of who we are, as though without them we would cease to exist. But what if I told you that in our clinging, we are only sowing the seeds of our own suffering? What if I told you that the secret to peace lies not in holding on, but in letting go? This truth is not one that comes easily to the human heart. We are creatures of habit, creatures of desire. We want to control, to preserve, to secure our place in the world. But the world, in all its complexity, is constantly shifting. People come and go, seasons change, and circumstances evolve in ways we never could have predicted. If we spend our lives trying to hold on to what is fleeting, we are doomed to live in fear, in pain, in frustration. But there is a way out, a way to live with a sense of peace, a sense of freedom that transcends the chaos of life. That way is through the practice of letting go, the practice of releasing our grip on what we cannot control, and embracing the reality of impermanence. In doing so, we open ourselves to the beauty of the present moment, free from the anxiety of what was or what might be. In this journey of letting go, we learn to surrender, not out of defeat, but out of wisdom. We learn that life, in all its fleeting nature, is a precious gift, one that must be cherished without the burden of attachment. It is in letting go that we find the space to truly live, to truly love, and to truly be at peace. And so, in these words, I invite you to explore this path with me. Together, we will uncover the wisdom that comes from understanding the impermanence of life, and we will learn the art of letting go. For only in release can we find freedom, and only in freedom can we experience the fullness of life. This is not a journey of loss, but one of profound gain, a gain that will shape the way you see the world, the way you move through it, and the way you find peace within it. To begin the practice of letting go in your life, we must first accept a fundamental truth that lies at the heart of the human experience. The entire world around us is out of our control. When we take a moment to truly reflect, we come to realize that we cannot control the vast majority of what happens to us or in the world. The people we encounter, the situations that unfold before us, the experiences that shape our lives. All of these things lie beyond our grasp, and yet as human beings we try so desperately to hold on to them, believing that we can somehow influence or even bend them to our will, but we cannot. This is the first and most difficult lesson to accept. There are forces beyond our control that shape our lives. People come and go, circumstances change unexpectedly, and situations evolve in ways that we could never have predicted. What we thought we knew, what we thought we could rely upon, fades away before us, often without warning. And with this realization, we are faced with a choice. Will we continue to fight against these changes, trying to hold on to what is slipping away? Or will we learn to accept and adapt, letting go of our desperate clinging? So Heidi is in us when faced with loss, when confronted by change or difficult situations, feel an overwhelming need to hold on, to keep things as they were. We become attached to people, to places, to ideas. And when they change, when they fade or are taken away, we are left feeling broken, empty, and uncertain. But what if I told you that in this very process of holding on, we only deepen our suffering? What if I told you that by clinging to what we cannot control, we are only hurting ourselves? The truth is, nothing in this life is permanent. No matter how much we may wish for it, nothing lasts forever. The people we love will one day fade from our lives, whether through death or distance. The places we cherish will lose their significance over time. The experiences that once brought us joy will become distant memories, their vibrant colors fading to gray. But there is something powerful in this truth. there is a freeing, liberating aspect to it that, when understood, can bring us peace. You see, the more we try to hold on to things, whether it be people, possessions, or even emotions, the more we bind ourselves in chains. It is as if we are holding on to a red-hot iron ball in our hands. The longer we grip it, the more we suffer. The pain becomes unbearable, and yet the moment we release our grip, the suffering ends. But the choice is ours. Will we continue to cling to the burning ball, convinced that we can bear the pain? Or will we have the courage to let go, to release our attachments and free ourselves from the suffering they cause? But how can we let go, you may ask? How can we release the things and people we love so dearly? The answer lies in understanding the impermanence of life. When we accept that nothing in this world lasts forever, we can begin to live in harmony with the natural flow of things. Instead of resisting change, we can embrace it. Instead of clinging to the past, we can welcome the present. Instead of fearing the future, we can trust that it will unfold as it should. I know this is not an easy lesson. It is, in fact, one of the most challenging truths we must face as human beings. Our minds are naturally inclined to hold on, to cling to what is familiar and comfortable. But the more we hold on, the more we trap ourselves in a cycle of suffering. It is only when we learn to let go that we can find peace. Think for a moment about the difficult times in your life. Think about the moments when you felt pain, loss, or despair. Reflect on how you may have tried to control the outcome, to change the circumstances, to hold on to something that was slipping away. Did your struggle bring you peace, or did it only deepen the pain? If you are honest with yourself, you will see that in those moments, you were fighting against the natural flow of life. You were holding on to something that was never meant to stay. But now, in this moment, you have the opportunity to change. You have the opportunity to release the things that no longer serve you. You have the power to let go of the anger, the hurt, the fear, and the attachment that bind you. You can choose to live in the present, to accept what is, and to trust that everything will unfold as it is meant to. This is the path to peace. I urge you to carry with you the understanding that letting go is not an act of weakness, but one of strength. It is not a loss, but a profound shift. A shift that frees you from the chains of expectation and fear, allowing you to step into a life of peace and possibility. In letting go, we do not lose the essence of who we are. Rather, we uncover the deeper parts of ourselves that are unencumbered by the weight of attachment. Remember, life is a fleeting moment in the grand tapestry of existence. People, experiences, and even our own thoughts are but passing currents in the vast ocean of time. To cling to them is to deny ourselves the freedom to flow with the tides, but to release them with grace is to embrace the natural rhythm of life itself. As we surrender our need to control, we open ourselves to the beauty that is found in each moment, in each breath. So, as you continue on your journey, I encourage you to practice the art of letting go, not as a means of resignation, but as a way of embracing life more fully. Let go of the fears that bind you, the regrets that weigh you down, and the expectations that limit your growth. In doing so, you will discover a life of greater joy, peace, and fulfillment, one where you no longer have to strive for control, but can simply experience the world as it is. Impermanent, beautiful, and ever-changing. Remember that nothing in this world is permanent. People will come and go, circumstances will shift, things will fade. But through it all, your reaction to these changes is what matters most. It is your response to life's impermanence that defines your peace. By letting go, you allow yourself to be free, free from the pain of attachment, free from the suffering of clinging to what is fading, free to live fully in the present without fear of what is to come or regret for what has passed. When you begin to understand the reality of impermanence, you can begin to see life with new eyes. You can approach every moment with gratitude, knowing that each experience, each person, and each situation is a fleeting gift. You no longer need to hold on to them with desperation. Instead, you can appreciate them for what they are, without the need to control or possess them. This is the essence of letting go. It is not about losing what you love. It is about freeing yourself from the pain of attachment. It is about finding peace in the knowledge that everything is temporary and that nothing, not even the difficult times, will last forever. And in this realization, you will find true freedom. So, I encourage you, my dear friends, to let go. Let go of the things, the people, and the emotions that no longer serve you. Let go of the anger, the sadness, the fear, and the expectations that weigh you down. And in doing so, you will find that you are not losing anything at all. Rather, you are gaining the greatest gift of all, inner peace. The peace that comes from knowing that you are not bound by the fleeting nature of the world. You are free to live fully, to embrace the present, and to trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Let go, and you will find that everything you need is already within you. Buddhism teaches us about anicca, the impermanence of all things, which is a core truth in the path to inner peace. Understanding impermanence allows us to soften our grip on life's experiences, whether joyful or painful, and to embrace the natural flow of existence. When we hold tightly to the belief that things will remain the same, we set ourselves up for disappointment and suffering. Imagine a flower in full bloom. Its vibrant colors and delicate petals are breathtaking, but this moment is fleeting. Eventually, the petals will fall and the flower will wither. Reflecting on this cycle helps us see that nothing is permanent, including our struggles and fears. Reminding yourself, this too shall pass, can be a gentle balm during difficult times. Forgiveness is another essential step in letting go, as it frees us from the burden of anger, resentment, or guilt. These emotions can weigh heavily on the heart, creating barriers to joy and connection. Forgiving someone doesn't mean you agree with their actions. Rather, it's an act of releasing the hold that their actions have on your emotional well-being. Self-forgiveness is equally important, as we often carry guilt over mistakes we've made. One practice to cultivate forgiveness is loving kindness meditation. Sitting quietly, you can begin by offering compassion to yourself with phrases like, "May I be happy, may I be free, may I let go of the past." Gradually, you extend this compassion to others, including those who have caused you pain, with phrases like, "May you be happy, may you be free." This practice opens the heart and allows healing to take root. Letting go also requires practicing non-attachment, which is not about disengaging from life, but rather embracing it without clinging to outcomes. Imagine holding sand in your hand. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. Non-attachment encourages us to hold life's experiences lightly, appreciating them for what they are rather than what we wish them to be. Observing a situation where you feel strongly attached to a specific outcome can be an enlightening exercise. Notice the tension and discomfort that attachment creates. By breathing deeply and affirming, "I release my need to control," you allow yourself to experience freedom from that grip. Writing can also be a powerful tool for release. Journaling provides a safe space to explore and process emotions, offering a way to leave your burdens on the page. At the end of the day, set aside 10 minutes to write about anything troubling you. Don't worry about structure or grammar. Simply let your thoughts flow freely. As you write, imagine your words dissolving into the paper, symbolically taking the weight of those emotions with them. To end the practice, you might write, "I let this go," as a closing affirmation. This act of release helps you unburden your heart and mind, leaving you with a sense of lightness. Another step in letting go is embracing the present moment. The mind has a natural tendency to dwell on the past or worry about the future, but this robs us of the peace that exists in the here and now. Tuning into the present can ground you and bring clarity amidst uncertainty. A simple way to practice this is by stepping outside and focusing on your senses. Notice the colors around you, the sounds of nature, the feel of the air on your skin. Take 5 slow breaths, directing your attention to the sensation of air entering and leaving your body. As you anchor yourself in this moment, you might silently remind yourself, right now, all is well. Letting go can feel challenging, and it's important to remember that you don't have to navigate this journey alone. Support from a trusted friend, mentor, or spiritual community can provide the encouragement and wisdom you need. Sharing your experiences with someone who listens without judgment can be profoundly healing. Additionally, joining a meditation group or attending a Dharma talk can offer insights and practices that deepen your understanding of release. Being part of a supportive community reminds you that you are not alone in your struggles and that growth is a shared human experience. Each of these practices interweaves to create a path of letting go that is compassionate and sustainable. By recognizing impermanence, forgiving ourselves and others, loosening the grip of attachment, expressing emotions through writing, grounding in the present, and seeking support, we cultivate a life that is freer, lighter, and more attuned to the flow of existence. Letting go is not a single act, but a gentle, ongoing process that unfolds with each mindful choice we make. It is a way of living with an open heart, embracing change, and welcoming the peace that naturally arises when we release what no longer serves us. Letting go is a practice, not a one-time act, and it requires patience and compassion with yourself. Each day presents an opportunity to release what no longer serves you, whether it's a grudge, an expectation, or a painful memory. These attachments often feel deeply ingrained, but with gentle awareness, you can start to recognize their presence without judgment. Begin by acknowledging the emotions or thoughts you're holding on to and observe how they affect your mind and body. This awareness is the first step toward creating the space needed for inner peace. Releasing attachments involves embracing the impermanence of life, a core teaching in Buddhism. Nothing in this world is static. Everything, from the seasons to our own emotions, is in constant flux. When we cling to something as if it's permanent, we set ourselves up for suffering. Reflecting on impermanence allows us to soften our grip on the things we fear losing. By understanding that all experiences, both joyful and challenging, are temporary, we can face them with greater ease and grace. This realization transforms the act of letting go from a loss into a natural unfolding of life's rhythm. Forgiveness plays a central role in letting go, whether it's forgiving others or yourself. Holding on to resentment, guilt, or anger can feel like self-protection, but it often becomes a heavy burden that weighs us down. Forgiveness is not about excusing harmful actions. It's about freeing your heart from the pain of carrying those emotions. Through practices like loving kindness meditation, you can nurture compassion for yourself and others, creating an environment where forgiveness can blossom. In this space of compassion, you'll find it easier to release the past and move forward with an open heart. The present moment is a powerful ally in the practice of letting go. When we dwell on the past or worry about the future, we entangle ourselves in what cannot be changed or controlled. Anchoring yourself in the here and now allows you to step out of these cycles of rumination. Practices like mindful breathing or grounding through your senses help bring your awareness back to what is real and immediate. In the present, you can experience the fullness of life without the distractions of regret or fear, offering a sense of peace that naturally supports the process of release. Above all, letting go is an ongoing journey, one that benefits from consistent practice and support. Seeking guidance from trusted friends, spiritual communities, or teachers can provide insight and encouragement as you navigate this path. Sharing your experiences with others who understand the challenges of release can foster a sense of connection and shared purpose. Remember, this process is not about achieving perfection, but about making space for joy, freedom, and clarity. As the Buddha wisely said, you only lose what you cling to. By releasing your grip, you gain not only freedom, but the capacity to live fully and authentically.